This Map First Impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Babrosty. This map can be found at the farmingsimulator.com website in the mod hub or in the in-game mod hub, and this map is currently released for PC only. Let me read a little bit of the description. It says, welcome to Babrosty. This map has two main farms, one small farm with chickens and pigs, one medium farm with cows, and at the cow farm you will have to muck out the cowshed with manure. There are lots of custom textures on this map, new crop textures, windrow textures, ground textures, and tree textures. He says that there are header and windrow animations, I guess custom animations there. New appearance for bales and cubes. So we're going to take hopefully a look at that. We have a BGA, 42 fields, 5 forest, 60 lands. We have some fallow lands. We'll take a look at that and talk about those. Flat and hilly terrain, small, medium, and large fields. And approximately 80% of this map has been built out from real life areas. So let's go ahead and jump on in. And while we are loading up the map, I'll talk to you a little bit about how this map is not seasons prepared, as it is uploaded to Giants currently. I looked at the map. I did not see any indication that there was a seasons mask installed. Given that there are custom tree textures, don't know how this map is going to behave if you add seasons to it. I'd say go ahead and add it and just give it a look. Just might look a little different. I have not loaded this map up with seasons. See, the map is loading up here. Now loading in our starting equipment, and we do start with a whole boatload of starting equipment. We are loading this map up on new farmer mode, but I can tell you that if you load this up on farm manager or start from scratch, you will also have all of your starting equipment. So let's take a look at the PDA. Zoom on out here. See, under new farmer mode, we start with the cow farm and then this arable area down here. We have big field 32 and 35. We have field 38 and a few fallow fields up here. And then we have the small farm here, the chicken and pig farm. Let's check out some of these land areas. We have field 24, just $63,000. You're going to see here we have fields 2 through 7, just $29,000. All of the land on this map is extremely cheap. Here's $49,000, $46,000. Some big plots you would think would be expensive or not. 21, $47,000. The BGA is right here, and it is only $5,445. So all of the buyable lands on this map is extremely cheap. You can see this map has all of our standard crop types, including sugarcane and cotton. And if we go over here to this area, you're going to see that these lands here, they're called, he calls them fallow fields. We're going to go look at one right now. This is one of the fallow fields. You can buy this, and you can plow it, but you're going to have to use allow create fields before you're going to be able to do anything with this. Okay, so you can definitely buy this area for basically $34,000. Come over here with a plow and just put it down on the ground. It's not going to do anything. You're going to have to hit the create fields. Once you do that, then obviously you'll plow up weeds or whatever this texture is, and you'll make your field at that point. Then you'll be able to plant it and do whatever you want. So scattered around, there are going to be these fallow fields. They're going to have different textures on them. They're not traditional fields as you would expect, like these are here, these numbered fields, but you can indeed use these as fields if you first plow them. Take a look here at our prices screen. So you see we have two main sell points here on the map that take all of our crops. We also have sell point for wool and cotton, milk and eggs, wood chips, and of course we have a barn for our hay, straw, grass, and silage. And if we bought the BGA, might as well, right? Because it is just $5,400. If we buy the BGA, we'll now see that we also have the biogas plant as an option for selling hay, straw, silage. Take a look at our starting equipment. We do start with a fair amount of equipment. None of it is in this least column. While we do have chickens, pigs, and cows, we do not have any animals at the start, and we do indeed have contracts available on the map. Let's go ahead and take a look at that starting fleet. Said it was a pretty big starting fleet, and I think you're going to agree once you see what's included. We have a Fendt Favorite 511C. We have two case tractors. We have a 7250 Pro and a 7210 Pro. So our tractors range in horsepower from 115 to 261 horsepower. We have a pair of Massey Ferguson 7347S harvesters and a New Holland TX32 harvester with a Manitou telehandler. We have five HW80 trailers. We have a pair of Massey Ferguson free flow headers, grain headers for our harvesters. We have the TX32 header for our New Holland harvester. We have a pair of Agromaz plows. We have the Kuhn cultivator and the Agromaz cultivator. We have the Rabe power harrow, Agromaz planter, Amazon seeder. Sorry, this is also a seeder. Then we have the Kuhn fertilized spreader. We have a set of front loader arms, pallet forks. We have pallet forks for our telehandler. We have 3 header trailers for our harvester headers. And then we have a pair of weights. Said that is a lot of starting equipment for this map. Given the fact that these fields are so cheap, you're going to be able to pretty much buy up the entire map pretty darn quick. So let's go ahead and jump over here to one of our farms. Let's go over here to this one. And since we have 2 farms, we'll go ahead and tour both of these. Then we'll start driving around shop. But I take that back. Let's do a little aerial fly over to these farms. Then we'll kind of cover 2 birds in 1 stone. So taking off from our career start point, this is that fallow field I said we could buy for pretty cheap. Go ahead and cut across these fields. To the BGA over here to our right. And basically directly in front is the small chicken and pig farm. It's field 38 that we own right here. Then we also own these 2 fallow fields directly north of it. And we're also going to take a look at some of these crop textures. They are really, really nice. I haven't seen these particular crop textures on any other map to this point. And when we get to the shop, I do want to buy some bales and see if we see those custom bale textures. We have one of the stages of sunflowers. Didn't know. You all know the sunflowers do follow the sun throughout the day. Didn't know that. Give it a go. Take a look. Like, fast forward and watch the sunflowers move. Here's some of the corn textures. Younger corn. Now we are over here at the pig and chicken farm. So we have the slurry for the pigs. We have our water trigger. We have our food trigger for the pigs. Around here, this is where we buy our pigs. Let's go ahead and get a pair. Wondering if maybe this is the straw trigger. It doesn't look like it. Here is the straw trigger right here. Food trough. And the pigs basically just wander around. They never escape. That is not fenced over there. This isn't fenced over here. Over here we have our chickens. Where the eggs are going to spawn. We have our food trough. And then our chicken buy delivery trigger. Get one of those. There's chicken. These do have operable doors. You may find some of our starting equipment inside of these buildings. Just left clicking to open the gates and open the doors. They're fent. It's the one with the loader arms. Some of our forks. Oh, that one doesn't open. Then over here we do have, I believe this is going to be the manure for the pigs. One of our trailers. It's our harvester header. This is a crop silo, a grain silo. So there's our dump point. Here is our fill station. Does look like we're going to have to back in to empty. So these HW80 trailers, they are dolly trailers, so you can't back up a dolly. You're probably going to be selling those pretty darn quick. Really like the texturing on these doors. Kind of the outside of the door is kind of weathered. Inside of the door is, well, not near as weathered, obviously, as the outside. Buildings themselves are a little low res, but they still hold up okay. Not too terrible bad. This is a pretty cool area over here. This whole little valley area is just full of dead trees. Then there's living trees around it. That's kind of an interesting treatment. The whole area, for some reason, is mostly dead. Here are some more of those fallow fields that extends up around. Let's head on down here and just check out some more of these crop textures. That is a young, it says soybeans, but that doesn't look like a young soybean plant. On cotton. This is interesting. Here's canola. Cotton. We have oats. Some custom grass. wheat. Ready to harvest wheat. Beets. Down here we have the arable farm and kind of the pig area over there. So are these two kind of tied together? We have here our silo for this farm. We have our dump and fill station. Silage bunker here for the cows. Headers for our harvesters. Then here is our big fleet of equipment over here. We've got our pair of Massey Ferguson harvesters, Echo car, Manitou, one of our case tractors. It's a deep, dark hole. No lights into here. Run over here to the cow farm. We have our milk trigger. We have our cow purchase and delivery trigger over here. That's it. You will have to muck out the manure. And in here we have our food trigger and our straw trigger. Cow pasture. And our water trough right here. Some more. Here is a ready to harvest corn. Green, but still an interesting texture nonetheless. Potatoes. This looks like this is canola over here, so let's go check out canola. Well, some more sunflowers. There's a custom seeded texture. Let's loop back around and kind of just get back over to the shop. Should be over in this general direction. That's where we started at over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a couple bales and see if our bale texture comes up. A straw round bale, base bale, thought this was the shop. Not. Here. We might not see these custom textures. We might have to bale up in order to see them. These don't look any different than normal. So we may have to actually bale before we see those. And in the web posting of the map, there is a screenshot of what I think is a straw bale. It did look a bit different. I originally just kind of attributed that to some filtering and stuff. Typically, sometimes you see these pictures that map authors put out that have some pretty heavy Photoshop filtering on them, and that's what I originally attributed that to. Got our shop here, our customize and repair trigger here at the side. Go ahead and come out of here. Right across the street we have one of our sell points, the Sawmill. See the saw trigger there already? And where probably our trigger is for the saw wood chips. Like a country graveyard here. I like those details. So then in here we have our wood chips. We have our wood chip sell point. And then around the corner we have our log sell point. And we pretty much have one road that kind of rims around the map. A little driving kind of down on the ground. Get a little bit of a first-person perspective of the map, at least of this part of the map. The abandoned building, that was kind of neat. Adds to the overall just general atmosphere. Here is the chicken and pig farm that we already took a look at. And here we have one of the two sell points, this one up here. Basically sells our grain or buys our grain. Dump it in here. All right. Go over it. Check these signs up. These signs are indestructible signs. There we have our plowed texture. Really isn't a lot on this road until we get up all the way down to the cow farm and the arable farm. attention. Looking around. I have to say, these the map authors that do these Polish maps seem to have a pretty good eye for what looks good, what looks nice. At least maybe an eye for what I end up kind of liking, at least. I really am digging these custom textures. Like here, there's ready to harvest potatoes. Sugar beets. Barley. Barley is really short, ready to harvest barley. Compare that to oats. And there is that canola. These do have collisions. So these power lines that run through the fields and between the fields, see, they do indeed have collisions. We'll just pull them right up on top of them. That is something you need to be careful about with respect to hired workers. I know that's going to turn off some folks, but other folks will be appreciative of that same thing. Here we have kind of a placeable area, pseudo flat, around this bend in the road. There definitely are fields for all various sizes and preferences. It looks like this road will take me down to the biogas plant, so let's go ahead and take that. Is that just a random car along the edge of the road? Doesn't have a driver in it. It's not an AI car. Like an abandoned car here. It's an interesting detail. Take a look across. Look at that view. Really stunning views. Have a kind of road coming back in here into the forest. Logging road. Well treated trees. You don't have a sense. You don't get this sense that the trees have been planted in rows. You get the sense that the trees are just here. They just seem to exist. These dips, you get these rises. You get the sense that the road was kind of cut in, kind of followed the natural clearing between the trees. It's definitely not the shortest way in. down across the map to the south. We have one of these speed bumps. Oh, these are supposed to be speed bumps. Slow you down coming into the BGA. Interesting treatment there. That's interesting. Then we have the BGA of our digester, our digestate, and then we have two big silage bunkers. There's one trigger, the other, and there, so it extends a little bit beyond the edge of the wall, it looks like. That one. Road just ends there. It does look like we have a way of coming out up here. It's kind of a dirt. It's just a grass area, I guess. Let's go ahead and double back. Continue down the road. We have a digital scale, it works. We do indeed. This speed bump concept is pretty neat. Another dirt road kind of went down, I guess, over to that forested area. Traffic is moving at a pretty good clip. I can go quicker, but still. Lake over here. Some more of those fallow fields to our right over here. Well, this road, I just thought I would take it. See where it took me. Looks like somebody looping me around to the cow farm. These cows we bought. Might be able to sneak our way back over there to where all those other sell points are. Find the right road. Saw some big rocks over there in the field. I suspect those are going to have collisions on them also. kind of take us to the edge of the map, or is it going to loop around? So loop us back the way we came. So let's see if we can't sneak our way over here. Let's just check these rocks. Oh, that hurts. Yeah. Let's just assume everything in the fields is going to have a collision on it. I think that's a fairly safe assumption. Yeah. Fences, too. No shortcuts through fences, trees, or power poles. Drainage ditch here, looks like. Really just trying to get this road. Hoping it takes me back across the map. So what do you guys think of this map? Kinda like it. Kinda digging it. I want to see my frames. There you go, 60 frames. Hasn't felt sluggish at all. Are coming back around cool to a road. If you play this enough, you'll learn the shortcut roads. That is the chicken and pig farm. Kind of wish this map had a snow mask. And here we have the barn sell point. This is where I thought the shop was. Here we have the barn. We have the other sell point across the street. We have our straw, or not a straw, but our cotton and wool sell point. We have our lime purchase point. We have our animal dealer. We can buy water down here. And then the scup lika. She's going to be our eggs and milk. This area down here has got lots going on. So here is where we can buy mine. Here's going to be our spinnery. I think this is our spinnery. This is our animal buy point. Okay. Our milk and egg sell point. And then we can buy water from this tank. Then our other sell point for our crops and all the other goods right here. So this would be a very interesting map to play in farm manager mode because the farmlands are so cheap. 1.25 million, you could really buy decent starting equipment and pretty much whatever fields wanted from the start and not really feel too terribly pinched. Start from scratch, same thing. You could start with a decent 500K, buy a few fields, buy some starting equipment, and still have plenty of cash on hand to buy up some animals or whatever else you might want to invest in. Guys, that is Babrosty. And this map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub. This map is currently for PC only, and I did not see any signs this map had a season's mask in it. There are plenty of other things this map has going for it, that is for sure. So until next time, guys, happy farming. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.